What up? It's your boy T-Bear Reaction. It's time for some hot takes. Get your hot takes. Now, this is the initial title for a call. I don't know if this is possible, and it starts with Roman Reigns as a picture. But anyway, you know I'm always down for Pllana hot takes, and you know always down for giving my reply to a hot take. Especially if it becomes a big rant. So, you know, it's 8 minutes and 34 seconds. Let's see if it's going to be longer. Let's get it.
What is up, guys, and welcome back to their hot takes. And the first one
Hey,
says
watch
that
them out.
babyface Roman will be his best character yet, and
I agree. After everything he's done, he's going to be great as a babyface after this. As long as he keeps his character that got him popular with some folks as a heel, as long as he can keep it like anti-hero to some folks, he's going to be good.
this is indeed a good, spicy hot take, and I will have to disagree with it just because I feel like the Roman Reigns we saw in the last 3 or 4 years, since 2020, since turning heel, was some epic stuff that I don't think can be topped. That Roman Reigns was so freaking good. But there is a chance, I guess. At the end of the day, there's always a chance, and I think that the fans are well behind Roman Reigns as a babyface. They've been chanting, "Thank you, Roman," and they've been chanting, "We want Roman." So, therefore, clearly, the fans want to see him. Clearly, they want to cheer for him, and the storyline with the bloodline is definitely going to make Roman.
It's time to get his fans back, and you know, if he becomes babyface, then and only then I will acknowledge him.
Even bigger babyface, especially when he has that feud with The Rock. So I do think it can do well. I'm just not sure if it can be his best character yet. Speaking of the Bloodline, the next hot take says that the Bloodline is the greatest
Not all time.
wrestling faction of all time, and for a very long
Not
time I
greatest.
disagree with this, but now I think I'm starting to believe it, and I will have to say I finally do agree with this hot take. I think this is true. The Bloodline might actually be the best faction. It's not because they created the biggest stars. Yes, you have Roman Reigns, who did really well, and you have Jey Uso, who's been doing well as a main eventer now, but the fact is the Bloodline story went on for 4 years, and it's still going on, and it's still going to be very interesting, and we haven't even seen the best parts yet. I think when The Rock comes back and turns on Roman, that is going to make the Bloodline even greater as a wrestling faction. There's going to be so many more layers. I think that right now, I believe the Bloodline is the greatest faction, and I think at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, a lot of people will agree with that as well. Albert says that Roman shouldn't have lost yet, and he should have been champion for another.
No, I'm saying quietly because no. And that's the problem with these takes like this. This is why we're dealing with the crap right now when folks are nitpicking at Cody with everything because they wanted this so bad, all right? No. Enough was enough.
Their year. I don't know about this one, Albert. Look, I love Roman Reigns. I thought his run was great, but being champion for another year just would have been a little too long.
Exactly.
Cody would have lost his moment. Nobody would have cared for that story.
Exactly.
And Roman would probably defend that title maybe twice or maybe 3 times in that time frame. So it's not a great idea to have him be a part-timer for that long.
No.
I don't think that was a bad idea. However, the next hot take says otherwise. They say Cody
No, man.
should
See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about. This crap right here.
relinquish his championship. I completely disagree, but I guess at the end of the day, there are people who don't like Cody,
Exactly.
and that's just how it's going to be. Like, whoever was going to win the championship, I think was going to get some hate because Roman Reigns is loved by so many people online. But at the end of the day, let's give Cody a chance with this championship title run. Noob says that Seth Rollins carried WrestleMania 40. If he wasn't at WrestleMania 40, it wouldn't have been this.
I would say he did carry, but I wouldn't say it wasn't. I wouldn't say if he wasn't there, it wouldn't be good. I won't say that, but he definitely helped carry it a little bit.
It's good. And while Seth Rollins did a great job, this reply pretty much sums up the WrestleMania 40 build-up and who pretty much carried WrestleMania. And it says that The Rock single-handedly built up this WrestleMania on his own and was one of, if not the most exciting things about each night. So yes, while Seth Rollins is the MVP, I don't think he carried per se. I think it was The Rock who really built this up and made it feel like the most important and special WrestleMania, at least in a very long time. Dragon King says that the draft should have been after Backlash. I disagree. I think it should have been.
Yeah, I'll say I disagree. Like, not yet, but I understand why he said that because we haven't seen what's going to happen on Raw, the draft on Raw.
After WrestleMania, I don't understand why WWE just doesn't do it maybe a week after Mania, but they wait like 3 or 4 weeks. Do it right after Mania ends so we can get the new storylines cooking. Brandon says that WWE dropped the ball big time on Randy's return. And I don't know if you mean his actual return at Survivor Series
I don't
or
agree.
the run he's been on since, but I would say both of them. I think they dropped it big time on both because, number one, I do think that CM Punk overshadowed Randy Orton's return. Randy Orton returned 2 years after an injury, and he did get a big pop. I can't say he didn't, but just a surprise element would have been even better. I don't like how they announced it earlier, about like a week earlier, but besides that, the fact that they just haven't done much with him really tells you a lot.
I feel like they are going to use him against the Cody situation. That's why we'll say that. So I don't think they have to drop the ball. It's just wait and see. It's this instant gratification folks want, and it's really killing the it's killing folks energy for wrestling. They gotta stop with that.
About how they treat Randy Orton. Even when Vince McMahon was running things, I feel like Randy wasn't treated the best after maybe like 2012, and it feels like the same thing is happening now. We gotta treat this guy like the superstar he is. He's really a top 5 of all time, maybe even the best. Keon says that I think SummerSlam this year will be way greater than this year's WrestleMania, and I disagree. Like, I see a lot of people saying that we might get CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, we might get Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, we might get The Rock and Cody, and if all those matches happen, then yes, that would be the case, but it's not going to happen. I think a lot of those matches could happen, honestly, at WrestleMania 41. With that being said, I don't think SummerSlam will be anywhere near what WrestleMania was this year. I think, if anything, a lot of people are building it up too much, and they might be disappointed. The next hot take says that Seth Rollins versus Roman is greater than The Rock and Austin feud, and I gotta disagree. Nothing tops The Rock and Austin feud. That was legendary. It was iconic. It gave us some of the greatest moments in the history of WWE, and it gave us some iconic WrestleMania matches. So I'm sorry, Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, but right now it's still Rock and Austin. But that can change depending on whatever happens in the future, because Seth and Roman clearly have a feud coming up
I will say they have potential, but not yet.
Soon. FootyX Meme says that Damian Priest doesn't deserve a world title, and while some people may think and agree with this hot take, I don't. I think Damian Priest is a solid champion. I think he's going to do a great job.
And he's like Cody, giving him a chance.
I think he does indeed deserve it, and he's got that aura now. Ever since winning that title, for some reason, this man's got the aura, and he's trying to make the Judgment Day even better. So I'm gonna sit back and enjoy what I'm seeing, because I think that Damian Priest is gonna be a good World Heavyweight Champion. Speaking of Damian Priest and his world title, Adam says that Finn Balor should dethrone Priest, not Drew. And while a lot of people want to see Drew McIntyre beat him, I don't think it's a bad idea for Finn Balor to be the one who beats Drew McIntyre, because right now Drew and CM Punk, they don't need a belt. But I think a story would be stronger for the belt between Finn leaving the Judgment Day or getting kicked out by Damian. That sounds like a lot of fun. I think that the Demon coming back and taking down Damian Priest will be really cool to see. The next hot take says that story-wise, it's a blessing that Rhea got injured. It's exactly the right time. I disagree. Yes, you can see the silver lining, but I don't think that's exactly the right time, and it's a blessing. Not at all. I really don't. Yes, while we got a feud between her and Liv Morgan out of it that's going to come up later in the future, that does not mean that it was the right time. I would have much rather preferred if that didn't have to happen with the injury. This hot take says that Paul Heyman will be most remembered for being the wise man to Roman Reigns over the rest of his accomplishments, and that might very well be the case. For a long time, I said there's no way. People are always going to remember Paul Heyman with Brock Lesnar, but now Roman Reigns has made the case of being the best Paul Heyman guy, and this is not a bad hot take, and I kind of agree with it. Rash says that AJ Styles should win the WWE Championship by this year. I disagree. I do not want to see AJ win another world title. While it would be cool, and while he's still one of the best in the ring to this day somehow at his age, I want to see new people be given an opportunity.
Plus, I want Cody to have a longer reign as well, too.
And I want to see new faces hold the world championship. So, I'm sorry, AJ. I'd rather see someone like LA Knight become the WWE champion. The next hot take says that Dom Mysterio needs a world title run, and he definitely does, and he definitely will get one. Right now he's injured, so it's not going to happen anytime soon, but I want to say 2025 Money in the Bank, that is when Dom should win that briefcase and then go on to cash it in and become the World Heavyweight or WWE Champion. The next hot take says that Nick Nemeth will come back to the WWE and be a world champion. I'd love to see Dolph Ziggler return, but I do not think that this guy should be a world champion at all, but I will say he should come back.
But please let him have that TNA title over. It's for real.
It would be nice to see that. Hardy says that Alberto Del Rio should come back to WWE. Absolutely not.
No.
Alberto Del Rio should stay as far away as possible from the WWE. I don't want to see him. I don't think many people want to see him. Maybe Hardy does, but definitely not me.
No.
He is washed. Keep him away from the WWE products. And the last hot take says that the Uncle Howdy thingy is lame. They'll take 6 months to debut them and another 6 months to make them wrestle. I am not interested in this. I want to say that I think the Uncle Howdy thing at first, I was like, I don't really know how to feel about this, but now I see the vision, and I think the WWE is going to try really hard to make this a special storyline and a faction. The Wyatt Six, I think, for some reason, are going to come and debut in the WWE, and I believe Uncle Howdy and Bo Dallas as Uncle Howdy is going to do a great job. He's going to do justice for Bray Wyatt. So I personally think this is going to be a fire storyline, and you will have to wait, but it will be worth the wait. Anyways,
there you go. Oh my God, the Becky Hogan thumbnails killing me right now. But yeah, this was a good hot take, and shorter than my usual one as well too, though. But like I said, I agree. Most of them I agree, and a good amount I agree with, and some I do not agree with as well too. But we see this example of the Cody nitpicking. I see you there as well too. Other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T signing off. One love.